Welcome to Insights into Insurance with Tom Sorensen of Americana Insurance Group. All information provided is educational in nature and not intended to be acted upon without first consulting the appropriately licensed professional.
Saturday morning on KATE, time for another Insights into Insurance radio show with Americana Insurance's Tom Sorensen. Tom, good Saturday to you.
Happy, beautiful Saturday to you, Paul. This weather is awesome.
It is. We're going to get warm again, and when we think about the warm weather, a lot of times people are going to go camping, maybe for that last time this weekend. And I know it kind of ties into our show, but last week you did give that little bit of a plug about the recharging event, and that's right. Our question this week.
Yes. It's from Lowell, I believe.
Yep, and it says, "Hello, Insights into Insurance radio show. I've really enjoyed listening to your show. Last week you ended the show mentioning something about a fire extinguisher recharging event. Can you tell me what this is about again? Also times, dates, and costs from Lowell."
Well, you bet, Lowell, and great question. And yes, I did kind of just plug it in at the end of last week's show, but this week is probably the better time to go through it because we're actually just right in the middle of getting this thing really rolling. It's our 13th annual fire extinguisher refill event at Americana Insurance Group. We started this back in 2005, and it was started for farmers before harvest. So, because out in the combine and things like that is a great place to have fire extinguishers. Well, actually, we've saved some combines with fire extinguishers, and from this event that we refilled fire extinguishers. So, a few years later, we added all of our clients. So it is for Americana Insurance clients only, so a plug for our agency and our clients. If you have a policy with us, you qualify, okay? And it doesn't need to be a home, an auto, or a farm. It can be even a health insurance policy or a crop insurance policy. If you have a policy with us, you qualify.
All right.
We're going to have Brooks Safety of Albert Lea is the vendor we use, and he gives a 25% discount on all recharging and leak testing, plus a special bonus. If any of our clients are Farmers Mutual clients, they get those recharging and testing for free. And Nationwide policyholders, which both Farmers Mutual and Nationwide, we have a lot of clients with them, they also will pay for the service up to $1,000. So basically, the first come, first serve on that.
Okay.
But otherwise, the rest of the people get a 25% discount. So we'll also have new fire extinguishers for sale at a discounted price. Extinguishers must be dropped off by Friday, September 15th.
Friday.
Yep, this coming Friday. And Brooks Safety will then pick them up and have them back and picked up can be picked up by September 22nd, which is the next Friday.
So about a week turnaround.
Right. So that's what we got going on.
Perfect. Now, we should also address that you do have a special guest today, and I'll allow you to do the introduction.
Well, with this announcement of the event, I thought it would be a great time to talk fire and insurance together with the Albert Lea Fire Department.
Perfect.
And my special guest is Mark Light. He's the captain of the Albert Lea Fire Department.
Good afternoon. Good
morning,
whatever
it's morning, Mark. It's morning. Must have been. Did you sleep over the slide down the pole wrong or something?
24-hour shifts, you lose track.
There you go, Mark. So, speaking of fire extinguishers, Mark, how often should they be checked or serviced?
They actually should be checked on a monthly basis by property owner, the resident, whoever. And that's just a visual inspection. Check the gauge, check the hose, make sure nothing's moved, changed, broken. And annually they should be checked by someone like Brooks, Albert Lea Fire, and say someone who's, the code says someone who's qualified technically to do this. And I know the extinguishers, there is a life limit on the tanks and I'm not even sure on that anymore. I believe it's 25 years, but they have to be leak checked. Yeah. But they should at the very least, have an annual service by someone who's qualified.
Right. I agree.
Exactly what you're doing here with yours.
Yes. And is there? I know a question. If it shows that it's in the green, does that always mean that they're okay?
No. If there's, we see where the safety on the pin, the release pin is broken. hose is damaged, things like that they need to be. That's the kind of thing you should be catching on a monthly check.
Also, can't the powder in there also get hard in the inside and stick to the walls sometimes?
It settles.
Yeah.
It's very, very fine powder.
Yeah.
And whatever it is they use in there, the powder, be it the sodium bicarbonate, potassium bicarbonate, it's all inert and harmless. I mean, you don't obviously want to be eating it, but once you discharge this stuff, you're probably going to taste it. It's really bitter.
Right.
It does nothing to you. But what happens is, and especially like in a combine, a tractor, anything that's got vibration, that powder will actually settle.
Yes.
And it will get almost impossible for that nitrogen to push it out if you need it. So I know in vehicles we recommend almost daily, especially take the extinguisher, flip it over, and you can actually feel that powder moving in there.
Yep.
And if you can't feel that, take a rubber mallet and tap it really gently, and it'll break all that loose. So if you do need it, it is ready to go. But
and it could show even green though.
Absolutely. It'll show the whole time.
Right.
And one other quick thing here is if you ever partially use that, or if you bump that handle and it begins to discharge, you're going to have it serviced, because all the nitrogen will leak out of there once that initially is broken. That seal on there, it won't hold pressure anymore.
Right.
And Brooks or somebody can fix that for you.
And I do know, working with and doing these over the years and getting to know the fire, Albert Lea Safety, Bob, and Brooks Safety, Al Minnow, that a lot of times, you're talking about 25 years. Sometimes those fire extinguishers also have a hard time. He can't service them because the parts might not be available for him and things like that. So, where should they be located in your house?
Somewhere, you always want to try and put them somewhere between the exit and where the fire is going to be. For instance, if you don't want to put them right above your stove in the kitchen, because you're going to be reaching across something burning there probably if you ever do need it.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a good. If you had the fire and you had to reach across to try to get the fire extinguisher, it wouldn't be a good thing.
It seems like a good idea at the time because it's quick and it's handy, but you want to put it back, in the doorway. If possible, make sure you've got your two ways out of that room. Put it by an exit so that you can, if you do discharge it and it doesn't put the fire out, you've still got a way out of there. So, it might be back a little ways from where you think it should be, but you're probably better off being a ways away from that problem than too close to it.
Right.
So, like I said, the big thing is don't get yourself between the fire and your exit. Okay.
So should there be, like, on each level a certain amount?
At least one. I mean,
one on each level. Okay.
And at least like a 2A10 BC, a dry chemical.
Okay.
They'll cover just about anything that you've got in the home. 5A10 would be great, but they get a little bulky.
Okay.
But you, at the very least, 2A10 BC.
Okay. Well, this is great information.
It is.
But we got to take a break, right, Paul?
We do. We'll take a break. Be back in 30 seconds with more insights into insurance with Americana Insurance's Tom Sorensen.
Take us out to your ball game. Take us out to the crowd. We sell insurance for most anything. Who'd have guessed that the A-team could sing for its root? Root for good coverage. Americana's more than a name. 4X377 2000 for the insurance A-team.
You'll be singing too when you see what the A-Team and Americana Insurance can do for you.
Let's take it from the top again. I think the rest of you were out of tune.
Back here on Americana Insurance's Insights into Insurance with Tom Sorensen. Tom, we're talking with Captain Mark Light of the Albert Lea Fire and Rescue, and we're talking fire extinguishers as you have that recharging event coming up where people need to have their fire extinguishers to you by this Friday.
By this coming Friday, which is the 15th, and so yes, have them in, and then when they drop them off, they can pick them up on the 22nd. So when I got Mark here as a guest here, we talked about fire extinguishers. Well, the next thing is, it's amazing. It looks like it should be simple to use, but some people have no idea how to use a fire extinguisher.
Point and shoot, right?
Well, yeah, but there is some things on how to do that, and so Mark, speaking of how to operate a fire extinguisher, what do you guys have that's available for the citizens to? Is there any training devices?
Well, yeah, we've actually got a couple now. One is that we use a lot is the commercial name on it is Bullocks, and it's an electronic. It's a simulator. But I know you've had contact with that too, Tom.
We have.
It's really a cool piece of technology because it gives you all the feel and all the feedback of using an extinguisher, but yet we can do this in your office. We can do it. We do it a lot, and a lot of times in commercial places with companies that have to do safety training. We've taken it out to a lot of the service groups and things, the commercial service groups in town.
Great idea.
And generally, what all you have to do is ask, and we'll show up with it.
Yeah, this is when I use that simulator. I call it a simulator. Yep. You call it Bullocks or whatever. Yep. It's a really neat thing because the people that I've had it with this event, where we used to have this event as a drive-through. It just got to be so big that there was no way that our vendors could keep up. So we do it this way now, how we were talking about it, dropping it off and then a week later picking up. But when we used to have that simulator there, we used to have people that used to come and do the simulator, and I can't tell you how many people said, I got a fire extinguisher at home, but I'll be honest with you, before I used this simulator, I would have probably never gone to use it because they were like almost intimidated by it.
Yeah, they can be a little bit scary.
So not only that of how to use it or how to just get it going, but actually how to use it after you're spraying it.
Right. We have one of the acronyms we always teach by is PASS, and it's pull the pin, aim the hose, squeeze the handle, and sweep back and forth. And you approach a fire. You don't just walk up to it and discharge. I mean, it makes it really easy to teach because folks aren't afraid of what's going on in front of them because it's harmless.
Right.
But yet, it gets you in that mindset, and it works really well. I mean, for instance, the other day, one of the Hayward came and grabbed that. They had a community event going on, and they were going to just have it out. We've had it out pretty much every year now at our open house, so that just events like that, people can come over and get some hands-on with this thing and find out that we can do this.
It's a great tool. What else do you guys have for training? Do you have anything else?
We've got a new system that we haven't even put it into service yet, but we're real close on it. It's an LP fired. It's an actual almost a live burn.
So actually live fire.
Yep.
Where the simulator is just a fake fire.
Yep. Yeah. And this one we obviously have to be outside, but for commercial like industries that have to do fire extinguisher training, this is another option for them. I know we've got a couple that like to have everybody through and actually use a real extinguisher putting out a real fire before they let them do the Bullocks as almost a refresher the next year then when we come back.
Right.
So this thing, we're ready to try it out now, but it was it's LP fired, and we can actually we literally make fire and we can put it out and we repeat that process over and over and over again. And
you actually had a local manufacturer make that, right?
Yep, that was, I believe, Lou Rich did the bulk of the work for that, and the money for that was money that Hy-Vee donated as part of their fundraiser last spring, I want to say, for the public safety.
Well, thanks to both of those companies.
Yes.
Yeah, and the simulator was Freeborn County Firemen's Association simulator, so that can be gone out into any community because it's a Freeborn County thing.
Yep.
Now the other one is a live burn trainer, and that's a city.
That's ours.
City owned, right? Yep. Okay. So, well, those are some pretty neat things that are available out there. So if you're a commercial business and you would like to have one of those live burn trainers, like if you're a factory or something like that, or if you're a company, or like a Kiwanis, or maybe the Senior Citizen Center would want to try the simulator where it's a little bit less intimidating than a live fire. The fire departments are willing to do that.
Right. Yep.
Okay.
We've got several businesses that it's an annual event that we end up going out and going through this for them and with their staff and stuff. And,
I've seen it in action, and it speaks volumes. So, so in closing, I want to talk about again, the last thing is the review 13th annual fire extinguisher refill event for Americana Insurance clients only. Qualification is if they have a policy with us, they can have this service done.
Okay.
Brooks Safety is given a 25% discount on all recharging and leak testing, but the special bonus is we got two of our companies, Farmers Mutual and Nationwide, that will pay for their services to be done. It's one of those things that as a company they feel it's worth it for them. It could save them thousands, if hundreds of thousands of dollars over. And it's otherwise the rest of the clients that might have other policies with us with other companies will get a 25% discount. And then we also have new fire extinguishers on sale, also at a discounted price.
Okay.
That it can always be done. So. Okay.
Once again, if you are an Americana Insurance client, drop your extinguisher off by this Friday and then pick it up the following Friday. Tom, probably on behalf of both of us, want to thank Mark for coming on in today.
Absolutely, Mark. Having you here is great. Matter of fact, I know that we'll be having the fire department in future shows, because I'd like to sit down and talk to you guys more about how things happen with the fire protection class codes, and what if there is a big fire, how does the investigation go, things like that. Those are things that I would like to talk to them about. But thank you, Mark.
Thanks for having me.
If anybody wants to contact me about the fire extinguisher event or anything else with insurance, call me at 507-377-2000, or you can email me at insights@americanainsurance.com, or our website is americanainsurance.com.
Thanks, Tom.
Thank you, Paul.
You've been listening to Insights into Insurance from Americana Insurance Group. All information provided is intended to be educational in nature. Before acting upon any information obtained during the Insights into Insurance radio show broadcast, consult an appropriately licensed professional.